Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of our webinar series in which we're discussing how Article Galaxy References improves the way your team collaborates, organizes, and innovates in the world of research. In today's webinar specifically, we're shifting our focus towards the future of research management by discussing advanced features that automate and integrate your workflows. Thank you so much for joining today. So just as a quick note, if you didn't or weren't able to join part 1 of this webinar series last week, this webinar will still be of value to you. If you did join, then you might understand tiny bits more here and there. But after this webinar is over, I will be sending out both part 1 and part 2 to all of you. So just in case you weren't able to watch last week, we've definitely got you covered there. Okay, let me introduce our expert panelists today. So I'm joined by Juan Avila, product manager, and our, as I mentioned last week, in-house expert, all things Article Galaxy References. Welcome to our webinar, Juan.
Thank you, Julia. It's a pleasure to be here.
And then let me introduce myself. My name is Julia Heeson. I'm Director of Growth Marketing here at Research Solutions, and I will be your moderator of this webinar today. A couple of quick housekeeping items. As I mentioned, I will be sending out this recording. So if you want to share it with your colleagues afterward or rewatch anything, don't have to worry about that at all. And then we'll definitely have live Q&A enabled. So we want to make sure that you first of all see our platform firsthand, but then definitely want to get to all of your questions. So on Zoom below, where it says Q&A, you can add all of your questions as soon as they come up. And then just know that towards the end of the webinar, we'll have dedicated time to get to all of those questions. Okay, so what exactly are we talking about today? As I alluded to, we're diving more into the advanced features. So we'll show you how you can update citation metadata and import existing PDFs directly from your company PDF library. Also, how you can leverage our integration with ChatGPT for generating article summaries, discovering related content, and providing author insights. And then we'll also show you the integration with scite.ai, which is the AI-powered product that we acquired last year, which enhances the credibility and verification of your research sources. And of course, the live Q&A, which is always my favorite part of the webinar. Okay, Juan, with that being said, let's dive right in.
All righty, that's my cue. So thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. This is a continuation from last week's webinars. So this will be the second part and it's going to be way shorter this time. And just to recap, what is Article Galaxy References, or AGR for short? It is our module of software that will help you discover, acquire, manage, collaborate, and share with your organization all of your scientific literature in one place. It's really more than a regular reference management tool, and it's especially designed for enterprise organizations like yours. And also it's really an add-on from Article Galaxy, which is our main product from our family of research solutions products. And our main value proposition for your organization is that every article that you acquire through Article Galaxy will be accessible through AGR too. So you can have peace of mind that your acquired literature is copyright compliant through your company PDF library, and makes easier and seamless managing your literature and share and collaborate with your colleagues around these articles. Now, in today's agenda, I will continue demoing the new features and enhancements we have released in the past year. This time focusing in some automation we have implemented along with our ChatGPT integration, how you can leverage this, and our ongoing site integration. This is going to be, as I said, a way shorter webinar for sure, but it's going to be very interesting and useful for you. I can guarantee you that. With that said, let's start by demoing these new features. So let me bring my screen. Okay, so I'm gonna start blank, start over from references. So the first enhancement, the first feature that I'm gonna talk about, is the ability to update folder citations in bulk. This is a very exciting feature that will allow you to update the metadata content from a folder with just one click. It was requested by many of you. So in case you got messy or incomplete metadata citation information from imported files, or something is just missing, and you just want to make sure you have the most recent up-to-date citation information, instead of doing it manually through our get citations, so in this case, I can show you, for example, I got my demo folder. So for example, this is what I'm talking about. You can still edit individually and manually every citation, every metadata that you have. So for example, let's say that I just wanna update, in this case, I rarely do this, of course, or you rarely gonna do this. But let's say that I'm just gonna name Journal Frontiers, right, manually. This is what I'm talking about. So basically, this new functionality that I want to demo in just a few more seconds is this one that we call update all citations in folder. I'll show you how it really works. Well, I have prepared some use cases for this. So in this case, I prepared this beforehand. I prepared, as you can see, it only has 4 citations. This is completely intentional because it depends on the amount. This is also important. It's probably going to take in the test that we made before launching this to production, to our production environment. So we tested it with around 100, 150 citations. It would take up to probably 2 or 3 minutes. So because of sake of time, of course, I will not keep you here just 2 minutes, just you know, talking a small talking. So that's why I just wanna showcase this with just 4 citations. So just pretend, just imagine that I have, for example, 100 citations in these update citations in folder. So I'll show you how it works again. So I manually, I'm going to delete some information from here. So in this case, for example, I'm gonna get rid of the abstract. I know that this is something really, really important for you. So just let's pretend that I don't have, or these citations didn't have an abstract at all. Even I'm gonna delete some of the authors, right? I'm gonna delete all authors for this one. This one, I'm just gonna delete the part of the title. I'm gonna delete the journal title. I'm gonna delete the abstract. I'm gonna delete some stuff of the metadata. And finally, from this one, I'm going to delete also almost the whole title. I'm gonna delete the abstract. And hit save. So again, just pretend that these are, I mean, you're not doing this, of course, I know that for sure. But let's pretend that I got this messy information. I don't know, from probably a colleague, from a third party, from another software. It just had messy metadata. So I just wanna update this information. So in this case, what I'll do, again, pretend that I have 100 citations in here, so I don't have to go and manually updating each one of them. So in this case, what I'll do, I'm gonna click on update all citations in folder. It's gonna bring this warning. It's not really a warning, it's just a notice that it's gonna take, it's basically it's going to override your data with new data. So in this case, I'm gonna click yes, update folder. As I said, it could take several minutes. Again, with 100, 150 citations in a folder, it takes probably like up to 2 or 3 minutes. So just because it's just a 4 citations in this folder, it's gonna take probably like 30 seconds. I'm gonna get an email, by the way, just letting me know that the process is completed. This process, you can just, I don't know, for example, you have 200 citations in a folder. You can just click this, leave it in the background running, and as soon as it's done, you're gonna get an confirmation email, just letting you know. You can hear that, but I just got a notification that my process is done. So I'm gonna hit reload here. So now you can see if I click in each one of them, the abstracts, the authors are back in this case, the titles as well. And this is also very important for people or for researchers who want to export and share all citation information, including abstracts on all information with fresh metadata. For example, for regulatory purposes, you can just, I can just then, after it's updated already, I can just export it into, for example, an Excel file. Okay, as you can see in the column S, the abstracts are there. As I said, this is only a folder with 4 citations intentionally, but I think it will help me just showcase these functionalities. So as you can see, abstracts are there now. Okay, so moving on. My next item on my agenda, my next topic, it's the ability to automatically or automate existing PDF importing within folders directly from your company PDF library. And what does this mean? We implemented this new functionality in folders and share folders that will check all records in the folder, and if they are owned by the organization already, it will automatically import the PDFs from the company's PDF library. This will enhance the way you can organize your literature and will save you a ton of time avoiding the previous import from PDF library. I will show you what that is. Button for each record that is owned by the company already. And I'll show you how it works. So again, I have another blank, in this case, folder that I call it conveniently import PDFs from library. So again, what I mean by this. So I have prepared an RIS file. So let's pretend the use case here. So as you can see on this other folder that I call for RIS, it's the one that I exported as an RIS file, and then I'm going to import it to the other folder that I call import PDFs from library. So in this case, this is the button that I was talking about. So again, you can see here that I have only 8 records, 8 citations in this folder. So pretend that you have a folder with more than 100 citations. So we know it would be really painful to go one by one and clicking this import PDF from library for each one of the items on the folder. So what we did is, instead of you researchers doing this manually, in this case, what we do, I'll show you now how it works. So as I said, I had prepared beforehand this RIS file. So I'm going to drag and drop this RIS file. So the value behind this is that, for example, let's say that someone have shared this RIS file with me, a colleague, another researcher that I'm working with. The beauty of this is that, for example, if these citations, we make a real quick matching on your PDF library. So if those PDFs already exist, meaning that the company have acquired them before or already, by just clicking this click that's just import matching PDFs, it's going to actually fetch, and it's going to carry the PDFs along with these citations. As you can see, I only have 8 records. This also may take a few minutes to complete. So again, when this process is done, I'm gonna get another email confirmation. Intentionally, I just wanted to use a few items in here. So again, it depends on the amount of items that you have in a RIS file or in your folder. That's gonna be the time it's gonna take to finish or to complete the process. So I just heard, you can hear it again, but I just heard my notification just informing me that the process is complete. So I'm gonna hit here and reload. And now, magically, and this is intentionally, by the way, you can see here that from out of these 8 items that I have here, I intentionally left these 2 just to showcase that in this case, for example, I do not own or I don't have them available in my PDF library, these two single center incidents and operator selection for human automation teaming. I don't own, we don't own, or my company don't own these articles, but the other 6, you can see that I can just access them. So in this case, again, pretend that you have a citation or a folder with more than 100 items, right? Probably 200. So the beauty of this is you can just click on this. The process is going to run in the background, and you're going to get a confirmation email after it's done. As you can see, I can just go ahead and just start working with the PDFs that the company already own, and I can work with them seamlessly, as you can see here. Okay, so now our next topic on the agenda is the ChatGPT integration. So let me show you real quick what we did with ChatGPT. So about a year ago, we implemented a beta version of this feature, but today is no longer the beta version. It's the complete version of it. This feature works at the citation level in every folder So let me show you in this case in my demo folder. So for example, I'm going to click this item here. You can see that in the article details section, we got this other subsection that is called Create ChatGPT Article Review. So the main functionality is to AI generate, to leverage AI, in this case ChatGPT, and generate a review of that specific article. So let me click on here. It's going to take just a few seconds to generate the information. And as you can see, it's going to generate an overview, a review of this article. I'm not going to read all of this information, but also it's gonna be very helpful for me to show you the other functionalities that we built in our ChatGPT integration. So as you can see here, we have 3 other functionalities. In this case, they show me similar articles powered by ChatGPT, tell me about the authors, and my personal favorite, show me key findings and conclusions. So in this case, if I click and show some similar articles, as you can see, I have more articles that are related to my main article, the article that I was working with before. So if I click on here, it's gonna give me to another, to the order form where I can order that article, or I can just see more details on those articles. I will not click right now because it's gonna take me a little bit more time. And I wanna really show you the other functionalities. So in this case, for example, this one that tell me about the author. If I click on it, it's gonna give me information, or in this case, as you can see, I mean, we know that AI is not perfect. It's not 100% perfect. So in this case, as you can see, the ChatGPT AI language model is not really giving any other info from the article. This happens often, not very often, but it happens sometimes. I mean, like I said, it's a matter of the AI technologies nowadays. So now my other personal favorite is this one. Show me okay, it's just generating, yeah, the key findings and conclusions. As you can see, this is really helpful for researchers in this case, just to really summarize an article. So you can see here that it's really listing, number listing the findings in this article, basically in just very short sentences, and the conclusions about this article that it's called The Evolving History of Influenza Viruses and Influenza Vaccines. So this is by the way, I mean, this is the same functionality that we have or we offer on Article Galaxy. And as I said, I mean, it's just we also implemented this AI disclaimer. As I said, we have to be cautious anyways with AI generated information. So of course, like I said, I mean, it's not perfect. So sometimes it could happen that it will not generate really anything at all because ChatGPT doesn't have enough information. So in this case, for example, let's see if it generates another article review. It did in this time. So let's see what happens if I click on tell me about the author. Yep, it probably gave me the almost the same answer, that it's limit information because the AI language model doesn't have enough information. So now moving on and switching gears to another integration we have implemented is what you can see in this case here. This is called the site batch bar, and you can click these site batches to learn more on how the articles have been references throughout time. So for example, this article, it's been cited by other publications 177 times. It's been supported, but one researcher has been mentioned in Cite 134 times, and so far it has no contrasting info, or it's not been contrasted yet. So basically, it will help you, and I mean, the value behind this, or for you, in this case, I use your article Galaxy references, is that it will help you to make a more informed acquisition decision, whether an article is relevant or not to you, and also to just basically have a glimpse of the credibility of these articles. And about Cite, Cite is a company that recently joined Research Solutions family that helps researchers better discover and understand research articles through their smart citations, which is this Cite badges, or these numbers that I was just explaining, that display the context of the citation and describe whether the article provides supporting or contrasting information. And well, I think, like I said, that was a shorter one. So that'll be all for today's demo. And I hope you have found this useful. If you have any question, please leave a question on the chat or in the comments below. And before I go, just a friendly reminder that we'll be phasing out our BiblioGo product by the end of calendar year. And if you have any concerns or questions related to this, please reach out to your account manager or reach out through the chat section, as I said below, for more information. So now I'll hand it over again to Julia to carry on with our webinar. So thank you so much for your time and attention today.
Thank you so much, Juan. It was really great to see those automations and advanced features in action. So as Juan alluded to about scite.ai, if you want to learn more, and because this is a references focused webinar, we didn't dive into it all too deep, but I'm adding a link for another webinar that we did a bit ago, where you can watch the recording and really learn more about the product, and then also see a demo of Cite right there. Or of course, with the next link here that I'm adding, if you want to try it out yourself, ask for your free trial, or really get a more personalized demo for you and your organization, through the link that I just sent in the chat, you can definitely do that. And the same for what you saw on Article Galaxy references today. Maybe your Article Galaxy instance looks different. That's because, of course, Juan has a demo account, so I said he has pretty much everything enabled. So if you saw something today that looks different on your end, or you just didn't find or couldn't find it on your Article Galaxy instance, through that same link, you can reach out and ask us about it. Of course, you can also reach out to your account manager. Or if you're not a customer at all yet, through that same link, reach out to us, and we'd love to show it to you in action again, or enable a trial for you. Okay, and then the last call out before we go into your questions is, just sending another link here. We do organize quite a lot of webinars. So we have a big library of available webinar recordings for you as well. The one that I sent, the YouTube link, is the Navigating Quality Control in ChatGPT, in which we talk quite a lot about Cite. But then we also organize webinars about, as you can see, with Springer, Nature, and Wiley, about reuse rights and different AI topics, Article Galaxy. So you'll find a bit of everything there. Okay, now to all of your questions. Let me see. Okay, the first one is, can anybody update the citation metadata, or is that limited functionality to certain user permissions?
That's a good question. And well, just to answer that properly, if it basically anyone that have administrator access, meaning not just the administrator user. What I mean, or what I'm trying to explain, is that every user that has a right access into folders, they can update the metadata information on the citation within a folder.
Awesome. Okay, another question. How confident are you that the ChatGPT will not hallucinate?
Well, that's another terrific question, by the way. That's why I was also kind of cautious about that, because that's a super sensitive topic, because I know we are kind of very excited about AI, right? And also kind of frightened of AI as well. I mean, it's really, really, like I said, a very sensitive topic. But let me not just go around and answer your question. With that said, when we decided to launch the beta version, that was after we made a lot of tests before launching down these to our users. So I will answer that I'm pretty confident. I mean that most of the outcomes or the outputs from ChatGPT, they're really valuable. I mean, if that would be the other case, I mean, we would not be launching this or offering this for you.
Thank you. Good question. And I'm sure a lot of
It's a
people on this
terrific
call
question.
have.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Juan. I'm new to research solutions and article galaxy references. Do you offer trial? Where do I reach out in order to get more information? Yeah, so that's what I mentioned. Let me just reset that link here. You can reach out here. Yes, we can definitely enable a trial for you, or if you're several users in your organization, happy to enable that for you, and then also show you around so you yeah, get best leverage that trial. Okay, let me see. Yeah. I think we might have one last question. If you haven't added your questions yet, feel free to do that now. How can I get access to the site integration? Okay. Yeah, similar. You can definitely reach out through that same link, or let me also add the link to site if you want to scroll around there a little bit, get to know the product before you want to commit to a demo. Feel free to do so as well. And then, of course, if any questions come up, you do want to see it, how it would work for your organization, which is different than for an individual, definitely reach out and we'd love to show you. Okay, well, as Juan, you pretty much promised at the beginning, this was a shorter webinar. If any questions come up afterwards, as always, feel free to reach out. If they come up later, definitely do that. And if not, I hope to see you on the next webinar. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And thanks, Juan, for this great demonstration of article galaxy references.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this second part. Hope I'll see you soon again.
Yeah, see you soon.